Hello everyone and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Joining you as always is your host Tricky and Holty, you're back.
I'm back. I've been absent, but I'm back on the roll call. Let's get into it.
And we're joined by some special guests today, obviously, and the Dawson D Show. How are you, boys?
Oh, mate, we're wrapped to be here. Thanks for having us, boys. I've got just one quick question to ask you guys before we start. So, Up the Guts.
Yeah.
Did you steal that from a short-lived Fox Footy show starring Lawrence Mooney?
No, I didn't, but when I've searched it through like YouTube trying to find like my old clips, I gone and I'm like, was this a show? And then I was like, oh no.
Didn't last long.
Come here prepared.
Yeah,
I
have seen it when I come on YouTube and I was like, no, that wasn't a thing, was it?
I had a soft spot for that show.
Yeah.
Well, we could have gone with Around the Boundary.
Oh.
Nah, thanks for having us.
No worries. So how's your day been and your week been so far?
Yeah, good. Nice little drive in. We live up in Hawthorn, so up in the city. So we don't just run a podcast. We live together. We run the podcast from our place. So plenty to get up to. What did you get up to today, D?
I did a bit of editing actually. So I was doing a bit of podcast work and yeah, mate, just a bit of the day job and on the computer all day. So it was nice to stretch the legs and sit in the traffic for an hour. But that's right.
We did say we're looking forward to a bit of Subway actually when we finish up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Where's the nearest Subway?
Would you say Cranny?
I'd say Cranny, yeah.
What's your go?
Near the Cranbourne train station there is. So
Yeah. I think
across
that
the road.
is that the drive-through one?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, we did spot that. Yeah.
What's your go-to order?
Well, I'm actually gluten-free at the moment, which is just heartbreaking. I don't want to bore the listeners, but I've had a bit of gut issues, so I've done some testing, found the problem, and now I've got to fix it.
Bit of the bowels.
Yeah, trust me, it's horrible.
Yeah. So well, we're housemates, so we hear everything. The toilet, is in between both our bedrooms, so the walls are very thin.
Yeah,
so,
and the bedrooms.
Yeah. He likes to throw that in.
Believe me, I'm a chef, and all the listeners out there, you do hear it quite often with the feedback of the food.
Yeah, I bet.
Now tell us a bit about your boys' self growing up and like what areas you grew up and what got you into this whole podcasting scene.
You kick us off, mate.
Oh, wow. Well, funnily enough, Dee and I, we went to high school together, so obviously running amok.
What high school was that, sorry?
We went to Flinders in Tyab.
Yep.
Flinders Christian Community College. Dee dropped out actually probably more in year 10, year 11, so he didn't quite make it. End of year 11. He chose to venture down the workforce, which he did really well in. So, cool. And then we both we had a bit of, we both worked in similar industries. So our dads had businesses, event management businesses. And I won't go down too big a rabbit hole here, but basically we grew up in this exact same household. So our dads run businesses from home. We both had two sisters. We both lived a very similar life. And then it's now that we've grown up, we're like, shit, we just, not only were we mates, but we lived such similar lives.
Were you always close like during school, or would you say not as like close as you are now?
We were on and off, I think.
Not in a fighting way.
No, or romantic sense. No, we were quite close at times, I think. And then
we shared passions for footy, WWE.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Actually, I was the first question Dos ever asked me. So he came to Flinders, year 8, was it?
Yeah, I moved from EMC.
Okay, yep.
So
yes.
In the middle.
Obviously a lot of Pearsdale and Devon people I know, went to EMC, but I remember didn't know anyone from the school, and the first thing was a footy carnival, and I consider myself a pretty decent footy player at the time.
Yep.
Looking back now, I was quite average, and but I remember we did a footy carnival, and I was everyone was dressed in their full footy kit, boots, shorts. This bloke was wearing his whole school uniform essentially, and just runners, and I thought, who is? And then I took a mark and I thought, I'm just going to dance around this bloke. And he just decked me.
Oh,
and then after
we're mates.
Yeah. Well, he won the medal. The man.
Took home MVP. Yeah.
And I remember after it, I went up to him and I said, mate, what's your name? And mate, do you reckon you'll play AFL?
Yeah. So Dos was asking for an autograph early. But in terms of the potty, like Dos said, we're on a very similar paths. We both were interested in going down some kind of content creation path. We both... Dos actually, 3 episodes or 2 episodes of your own podcast that you started, and I was about to start my own. And this is around COVID, and we were just having so many conversations about really business stuff. We wanted to change our current life, get out of our both decent jobs, both in decent relationships, and we wanted something else. And we were having these conversations daily, for an hour. We just talk about business, money, relationships. Are we happy? What do we want in life? Where can we actually take everything? And we're like, let's come together, because we know that blokes initially was our target market. Blokes coming out of school, 18 to 25 years old. There's nowhere to go to talk about things like these topics: sex, relationships, business, body image. We were both very overweight adolescent boys, and we went down a fitness journey too. And so confidence. And then that was our initial mission. Let's talk to these people. And then over time, that's nearly 3 years ago now. Now our audience is split very 50-50 between males and females. And our mission has changed, but our passion for podcasting has just gone up. So that kind of takes us to where we are today.
Bit of emotion in that.
I love what we do. I love what we do.
Got chills down me back. Whoa.
What's some of the favourite guests you've had so far?
Well,
great question, Tricky.
Yeah, good question. Well, our guests have changed. So we started off interviewing probably, just people in our local community in business and, just personalities that you knew of. And then as we kind of grew and the audience changed a bit, and it turned into more like an entertainment more so than a personal development show. And then we started just interviewing people that we reached out to people that we loved and admired, and through our connections in business and in event management, we've had the pleasure of interviewing for sports people like James Hird, Matthew Richardson, Glenn Boss, the jockey Maccabi Diva, and then we've interviewed some amazing business people like Louise Bedford. She's, probably one of the biggest names when it comes to investing in stocks. Who have been some of your favourites?
All those people are great too. We interviewed only a couple of months ago an OnlyFans model, which is our highest.
I saw that and I was like, that's interesting.
Wow. That's how you found us. That was
Rich I heard he got the OnlyFans.
Yeah, we didn't tell them that. But that's our highest downloaded episode, and that's the cheat code, boys. If you want to win, you
there you go.
Put porn, sex over those words in your
Trust me,
and everyone comes. But that was
bleep.
Yeah. Sorry about the editing. Yeah, she was really interesting. But we actually went overseas in Jan. We went to the UK. So we were trying to, how do we win this podcast game? How do we set ourselves apart? We sort of said to ourselves, well, we always talk about taking risks, and we're in amongst COVID, and we're like, well, the borders have just opened. Let's do it. Let's just buy tickets and go. So we did it. And we spent 4 or 5 weeks in the UK. We love our soccer, so we went around and watched plenty of soccer. And this is a bit of a cheeky way to do it, but we dream big, boys. So our dream list is, you can imagine.
Yeah,
and one
very
of our,
long.
Yeah, and we don't shy away from it. And at the very top is Robbie Williams, right?
Okay.
As a dream guest.
Don't even start.
What, are you not a fan?
No, loves him.
Big fan.
Yes.
Big fan.
And Catters, Granny, you would have been up and about.
It just sealed the day.
Cherry on top.
I didn't care if Cats won. No, I just saw Robbie
in the pink suit. Don't mind me.
In the pink suit. It was the best. You weren't a fan of the suit.
No, it was all right.
No, don't go back. And you said it wasn't a big fan of the suit, but the pink absolutely rocked it.
It was awesome, wasn't
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Delta alongside him, she wasn't bad either. She did very well.
She did very well.
Settle down, Tricky.
But so he's at the very top, right? So we said, all right, we're going to the UK. How can we even start this process? So we thought, let's get someone that's close to him. So we were able to interview his bass player. And in London, so we hired out a studio and we went down there and we spent the day with her. And actually, a couple nights prior to doing the interview, she's got her own band, a jazz band. And
I like where this is going.
Yeah, there's a club called Ronnie Scott's, which is a jazz bar in London. Now, we're not massive jazz fans, but when I tell you it's one of the best experiences of my life, we were there from 11 till about 3 in the morning, listening to the most amazing music you've ever heard, and she was a bass player. So we went, we said hello, we showed our face. She really respected that. She gave us an hour of her time. She told stories about Robbie Williams and Mick Jagger and all these people she's played with, and our whole goal is let's build a relationship with her. Like, how can we give back to her a little bit? So, in turn, she was an awesome interview, but now we've got a bit of a connection. So, how can we get to the manager? How can we one day, just even if we got 5 minutes with him, we're like, how good would that be? So, it's a bit of a long-winded answer, but she was one of my favourites too.
Well, to continue on a story with Robbie Williams, I've been trying to get a guest onto this show. Ever heard of the name of Simon Meredith, the AFL umpire?
Yes.
I work with his brother, and his brother's David Meredith. I have mentioned him a few times on the show. He's a chef as well. He used to work at Crown.
Right.
He's ghosted me a few times, Simon, and a video that was recorded by David. he spoke to Robbie Williams before he went out on stage for about a solid 45 minutes.
Wow.
It was a very, very long video, but it was
That's insane.
good to watch how he just connected with Simon and just like how nice of a bloke he was. He was just so genuine
Yeah.
with his talking, so down to earth. Like,
And
be
you
good
know,
to talk to.
well, not only that, but we just were obsessed with his music.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
we love it. You know, we grew up with it. Our mums loved him, and we couldn't help but you got to flaunt it. You can't hide away and say I love Robbie Williams. No, we shouted to the rooftops.
It's we love. Capitals.
Yeah.
Going into like, how did you like contact guests and that? Did you literally just go into like the DMs, and how did you like cope with say getting knocked back or not even a reply?
Do you want to go?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think a few things. One is don't be afraid to just reach out to anyone. So at the beginning it was like DM anyone, and just shoot your shot. I think one thing we've slowly started to learn is like the squeaky wheel always gets the oil. If you don't make a noise, nothing's going to come back. So you want that oil, you want to make your podcast the best and get the best guests. Like we were just like, we need to just reach out to anyone. But the trouble with that is I think we got a lot of knockbacks at the start because very funny story, lads, actually. We were sitting in my lounge room, or my mum's lounge room.
Oh, no.
And and it is, you look back and you can't help but cringe because you're just starting out and,
There's always those moments.
Oh, but you need them too. Like
Yes.
we look back now and as cringy as it is, we were sitting there and we're like, nah, we had a bit of a list and we were like, let's shoot some DMs, right? But then we're like, actually, there's this little voice memo on Instagram.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
Why don't we shoot some voice? Maybe that's more personal if we shoot the voice memos across to some of these names. They've never heard of us. The Dawson D
I
show's
like the attack.
Yeah.
Like you're going somewhere.
having a
We had
crack.
no followers at the time.
Dawson D 250 followers and,
Is there a minus followers?
yeah, well, maybe it'd be close to that. And we thought, no, we're going for it. I think I was pushing it more so than you were. I was like, I reckon we do the voice memos.
Yeah.
And who were some of the people we sent the voice
Well,
memos to?
we decided we're gonna conquer the music industry. That was our goal. So we and at this stage, I mean this in the nicest possible way, but we just interviewed like local business people. I'm talking like hairdressers, like just local people with great stories and a lot of mental health kind of chat. And then we thought, okay, well, we've conquered that. Now we're ready to go for the big names of Australian music. So it was like anyone that's won Australian Idol. Probably Delta might have got one.
ARIA Award winners,
Yeah.
we
Jess
went-
Malboy,
She got one.
Yep.
She got
Shona
one.
Noel got one.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy Barnes.
Well,
Well, we
we
might.
go.
we're in conversation.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
that could be a bit of an exclusive for you boys.
Yeah,
yeah.
old flame trees.
But who's the was it the lead singer from Jet?
Oh, so yeah, Jet.
And then one that actually opened it, which her name's Kate Miller-Heike. She's quite a big singer as well. She opened it and saw so I'm like, she's actually heard it and decided not to reply, which is even more so. Like you go, but with that we've learnt there's nothing wrong with having anyone on, but to get the bigger names, you have to keep building somewhat of a resume.
Yes.
You kind of need, and this is a thing we learnt, is you need someone has to take a chance on you. And that person for us was the original Yellow Wiggle, Greg Page, right?
Oh,
so that was
I saw
our
that.
that was our first kind
How
of
did we not mention his name then?
well, that was our first like celebrity kind of
Big
thing.
fish.
And we got him through LinkedIn. So
yes.
LinkedIn's a great platform for this, by the way. If
Through
you're not-
uni, I think they got me onto LinkedIn.
Oh, how good is
Oh,
it?
you just
Was one of the assignments you had to have 500? You have to get 500
It
plus
was just-
connections.
yeah, something like that. Then they
Yeah.
had to. It was like literally go on LinkedIn, follow me, and then you'll see all my connections, and then hit them up through there.
LinkedIn's a great place for it.
Gee, I need to get on this.
You got to get.
It's pretty much a business. It's a business app, like in contact with people.
When we were at Sports Grad, like
Yeah, that's
when
where-
we went to that in Melbourne. That was a great night, and everyone's talking about LinkedIn. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Am I missing something?
It's the Tinder of business.
Yeah.
Trust me.
What is this? Is it just the link that you just click on and you're in? Like, what is
It's
it?
pretty much, literally, it's like Facebook business.
The only-
So
the
people
only-
post statuses. You can message people directly.
Oh, wow.
And post
A lot of-
photos.
and memories come up. So like it'll come up with like congratulate,
So-and-so for 3 years
so
at
on,
this.
3 years at this place.
Yeah.
It's very much
totally professional. But for us, that was a great place to get business people that we looked up to. So we targeted, like Josh mentioned, Louise, like investors, or we targeted specific businesses, people in finance or people in health or whatever it may be, LinkedIn was great. But once we had Greg Page, then now we had a name to kind of roll with.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the biggest light bulb moment, I don't know why it didn't come sooner, was we had, through our previous jobs and our networks, we had all these people in our backyard. Like they were there. We had all the connections. We had their phone numbers, but we were too scared to either take a leap or whatever. And then we sat down after the England trip this year. We sat down with a few people because we wanted to take it to the next level. So we sat down with an accountant to say, how do we actually monetize this? And then we sat down with a good friend of, a family friend of Dos, who he worked with, who basically has the, like, who do you want? I've got all the names and numbers of all these people and I'll introduce you to them. So she was there the whole time, but we didn't use that connection. And
Was that because, do you reckon you were too scared to at the start? Because you didn't have as much as a following?
Probably. And you just need, again, credibility, and you guys will, like, it'll happen now for you guys. For us, getting to 50 is a big achievement because people don't want to come on come on my podcast and be episode 5. You know, you've got there's no consistency. Once you've kind of achieved that, people go, oh, like some of the people go, oh, you've done 60 episodes, 70 episodes, 80 episodes. It's credible to it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you sort of have to fish to catch catch it. Like,
we have to start somewhere too.
Yeah.
Like we're not coming, like, and you, like, as you guys know, like people come out of the AFL system or they come out of reality TV and they can start a podcast and they can have 1 million people downloading it every week. Whereas all of us, we're starting with no following. We're building everything from scratch, but we love that. Like because we know one day it's going to be the story, but a very long-winded answer. We started texting some of these big names. We had their phone numbers, and well, Dos, you should carry it on because you were the one that had the numbers.
Oh well, so my old man had basically a business called A Positive Move. Yep. So basically, how it started in the 90s, it was he would do sportsman's nights, and he would book footballing personalities to these local sportsman's nights, whether it was at Devon Meadows or a Pearcedale or Dane Swan or whoever it is comes to your club, and everyone comes. There's a bit of memorabilia. Everyone gets on the beers. So he would do that. He would organise it. But in the old days, it was very traditional. Like there would be handball competitions. There'd be pie eating competitions. It was very much like in the 90s. And then as the business grew, his contact list grew. 15 years later, he's got 1,000 people in Crown Palladium, grand final breakfast, biggest names in sport, comedy. And, they're all on his phone. And I grew up with that. Like that. That was my life. You know, the business was run from home, but we would create these big events. And basically we were also a booking agency. So any sporting name, you type them in on Google, we'd probably come up second. And if you wanted to book them or for over what event or function, you'd ring our business and then we would create it, make it happen. So sadly, my old man passed away 6 years ago. We sold the business. And I think when we started to think about growing it, I never wanted to touch that because I almost felt like I was like not betraying my old man or using the contacts, but I was like, I just felt guilty.
Sort of something in his honour.
Yeah. But then as we talked about it more, I was like, no, you know what? Like we should be doing this because like we're talking to these people and if the opportunity's there and the relationship he's built with them and he knows they know him. So there's a connection with me and then D. So I was like, stuff it. So but rather than cold calling, it's a bit kind of like, who the hell is this random young bloke calling me about a podcast?
Yeah.
We decided to do the texting route. And it's like the Instagram DM, but at the same time, it's more personal. How the hell did they get my number? So mention who they know, which was my dad. And then...
Often there's a photo.
Often there was a photo with dad and the person.
Yep.
We'd send the photo and then all of a sudden it was an in. Like...
Plus, these guys aren't on Insta, some of these. Like James Hurd, for example. So, how do you get him? Well, we had his phone number.
Yeah.
And, well, actually, initially it was an email address. And he came back to us within 10 minutes and said, yeah, boys, I'll do it. And we couldn't believe it because he was doing no interviews. And this is around the time when he was at GWS this year.
Oh, yeah?
He came back and said, here's my number, give me a call. And, like, we're shaking as we're making the phone calls. But, again, like, you just got to work out. Some people will respond on Insta, some will respond on email, some will respond on text. Normally it's a generational thing. But you just kind of got to find what works for people. And we found that some people like, hey, just ring me. In 3 minutes, tell me who you are, what you do, why you want me on the show, and let's organise a time and you get it all done. Where our generation, we don't grow up like that. We grow up with all this nice sort of small talk. Yeah. It's just different. You just have to understand relationships. And our biggest thing is when we get these people on our show, how do they walk away going, gee, I had fun? and I like these boys. I want to help them, but I want to stay in contact. So we try grab coffees with them, or get beers with them, or go out for dinner with them, and keep the relationship rolling.
Yeah, it's all about that relationship, or also like they wanting to come back, or if they had fun. Like that's all about with the podcast, and also building that relationship with other people. And
100%.
also guests that comes on.
I have to say, I can't believe you're 19. I'm listening to how deep his voice is. I'm just in shock.
What do you always go with? You're a 40,
what was it?
40
40-year-old virgin.
a 40-year-old man in a 19-year-old's body or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you get into clubs when you were 16? Any chance?
Oh, man, I haven't been asked for ID, so it's
Haven't you?
fantastic.
Wow.
I'll carry it around with me.
Did you dominate at school with the ladies?
Oh,
Just
no.
being a bit of were you a man,
straight up
were you,
no.
were you a man child?
Oh, 100%.
Normally they do really
I've
well.
been growing this since I was 13.
Oh, mate, well, I'm jealous. I
absolutely.
can't grow anything like that. So
Neither.
you're doing
I
something
mean,
right.
I had a new girl start at work the other day, and she looked at me and went, "You're 38." Straight up, you're 38.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
just went fired.
Yeah, you both
it's
said
funny.
you're like footy nuffies pretty much. What teams do you both support?
I'm a Mad Doggies man.
Doggies.
I'm not mad, but I'm a Saints fan. Yeah, I used to be.
yeah.
I've dropped off a bit, admittedly, but yeah, St Kilda.
Why is that? Just with the way the club's going, or
No, to be honest, it's no. I used to be. So as we said earlier, I used to be that bloke that would literally go into state to follow St Kilda, and if they lost, I'd be upset for a week. If they won, it was like I was playing. And then as I started to play footy again, you realise, hey, I've got no control in this outcome. And this sounds very pessimistic. I hope this doesn't sound right. But I'm like, all I can do is sit here and cheer. And it's got, I hated saying we won or we lost because I had nothing to do with it.
It gives me shit when I say that.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what I do.
I know, most people
I was
do.
sitting there next to my...
Oh, she's lost it.
I was sitting there next to my dad at the MCG. I'm just like, we've won this. And my dad looks at me and goes, you had no fucking part of this.
Yeah, so I'm your grumpy old man because I'd say to my mates, they go, "Oh, we've done really well." I'm like, "How many goals? How many touches did you have? How many goals did you kick?" No, so it sounds horrible, but when you play on a Saturday, even if it's local level, hey, I've got some control of some kind of outcome. I can say anyway. So when I started playing footy again, I kind of fell out of love with the AFL. But since moving in with the DOS man, he's rekindled that love of footy. Suddenly trade radio's on. Suddenly
Trade radio.
Suddenly it's, and we've actually
If you
been
want to know a man that listens to his radio,
tricky.
mate, trade radio?
Trade radio.
Oh,
SEN?
God.
You're an SEM man.
I'm a nut for that type of stuff. Yeah,
What's
DOS is.
what do you like? Monday Means test? Is that the kind of
yeah,
style
that's
you roll with?
yes, that's
Yeah,
my
I'm a big King/Waitley Monday morning fan. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
And
can't
I'll-
stand Gary Lyon.
He
and
can't
Tim
stand
Watson.
Gary Lyon,
you
but I like him.
stand
I love
I
him.
reckon they're hilarious.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah. Same.
That's funny. But yeah, no. But yeah, since
I'm a pretty big
DOS
nuff.
is nuff.
Like,
DOS is full nuff.
like I'm nuff with a couple of things. So I'm nuff Doggies. And I'm nuff Melbourne City A-League.
Okay, yep.
So, but obviously more so Doggies. But yeah, I've just always been like the kid who would like we would lose and I would be crying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like well, when I say kid, 23. But yeah,
Don't talk to me.
yeah, literally.
Like, rings up like in terms of SEN would ring up SEN. That kind of level of nuff to let his for talkback radio.
I haven't done that for many a year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I haven't.
But he makes his he has to hold himself back to get
On the
stay out of
Facebook
Facebook
comments,
arguments.
I've learned to try my absolute hardest to stay out of those. But yeah, I try and get to as many games as I can, but I'm always.
And the result genuinely
this-
affects you though.
This is a great, or not analogy. This is if you think you're a nuffy, if you don't watch the coaches' press conferences after the game, you're not a nuffy.
Yeah, I'll watch them.
You always got to see their
You
reaction.
have to watch a
You
press
have to watch
conference.
them.
Yeah,
Always.
And I'll never miss a Luke Beveridge press conference.
So your cats, who are you, Tricky?
I'm Collingwood.
Oh, you're Collingwood.
I love Chris Scott. It's just the sarcasm that kills me. I love it. It's just like a comment that comes up and he's just like, yeah, move on. It's nothing. It gives him nothing.
Yeah, so obviously the king of that's back, Ross Lyon. How can we not forget his
Ross
press
the
conference?
boss.
Yeah, well, we had one of our mates, so we'd done some work this year with Tommy Sheridan and Oz American Aces. So
Yep.
we were doing some street talk outside the grounds. Literally, our direction from him was don't call them nuffs, but target the nuffs. That's who you want to, the young blokes that are upset or happy or excited and
They're 10 beers deep.
and the hot girls. Like that's who you got to target. And Dawson's like, great, we got to target the girls. And
Great, I have to go and talk to the girls.
But yeah, we had him on the show a few weeks ago, and
Yep.
I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but I think the name Ross Lyon still sends shivers down his spine. And he basically said, look, good luck to the Saints boys because Ross loves his time trials.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's kind of made me a bit happier about the Saints. I'm quite happy to see him back.
Oh, I bet he loves his time trials. Absolutely.
Loves him. Loves him.
Can you remember vividly where you were 2016?
The grand final?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you?
Should I try? I'll try and find the photo.
I think
Were you there?
The correct phrase you used was good. Can you remember?
Yeah. Oh, mate, I was there. So I don't want to get. I won't get emotional, but so it was an emotional time.
Yeah.
Like, so my dad got diagnosed with cancer probably maybe 4 weeks before.
Yep.
Or maybe 7 weeks before.
Yep.
Or nearly, yeah. So, and then the build up. So my old man, me and him, mad doggies, right?
Yeah.
All my life, actually, he'd hate me saying this. He was actually Richmond, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I shared the story with the business, but Dad he dabbled in some player management, and he managed a player by the name of Paul Hudson. I don't know if that name rings a bell. So the son of Peter Hudson, who's the all-time AFL
150
goal kicker. So he played for the Hawthorn, and then he went to the Dogs, and he was one of those players that did these sportsman's nights and built a good relationship with Dad. And he's like, oh, I love you. You know, you love what you're doing. Why don't you be my manager? Mm-hmm. My dad's like, oh, I'll be a manager. So then I would have only been like 3 or 4. And then all of a sudden, my dad's Richmond, but, you know, he's following Hutto because he's playing for the Dogs.
Yep.
I'm going in the rooms with Hutto, and we're, you know, all of a sudden I'm Dogs obsessed.
That's grouse.
Number 9 on my back, that's the number he wore. And then and then he got traded to Richmond. Mm-hmm. So, and I've never openly admitted this, ever. But I was a Richmond supporter for a year.
This is an exclusive. I haven't heard this. I have not heard this ever.
No. So,
Just to follow him.
I've got to be on the same story as you here. I was Melbourne before I went Geelong.
And I was Bulldogs before I went Saints.
And I have always been one icon. Shame on you guys. Shame on
I was
you.
going to say, it feels like I'm at Sunday confession.
Shame on you.
But yeah, and to the point where I went to my school footy day at primary school
In Richmond.
Which is a disgrace.
You have photos?
I don't think I have a photo, but I remember I walked around the parade with the blow-up tiger.
This is an up the guts exclusive.
Tiger.
No, but I have to say, like, I remember the day he got traded to Richmond, and I cried. I was pretty gutted that he went to the Tigers. So basically, cutting a long story short, Dad was crook in hospital. The build-up, I think the prelim was more special than the granny.
Yeah.
Because we were actually just talking about it.
Great game.
I hate the Saints. No offense. I even worked at the Saints for 3 years. But I hated them because they would beat us in these prelims in like 08, 09. And so we finally make a granny, and then my dad didn't get to come to the granny. He was he was in hospital, really sick. And then my mum, I didn't want to go to the game. And then Terry Wallace, who actually coached Hutto at the Dogs for those few years, Terry Wallace came in, saw Dad with Hutto, and Terry basically said, you have to go to the game. And your dad wants you to go. Here are 2 tickets. Hutchie has given me the tickets. You're going. And I didn't want to go. I was like, no, if Dad can't go, I don't want to go. And then Dad was like, please go. So me and Mum went. It was the most emotional day. Ridiculous. I've got a really great photo. I'll show you boys off there. Yeah. And my dad died next day, 2 days later.
Oh.
So he saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I often say to people, grand final finished, I didn't celebrate. I went back to the hospital and just sat there. So it didn't get to enjoy it.
Soak it in, yeah.
But still can't believe they won it. Pretty nuts. Yeah.
On that topic though, obviously Bob Murphy got their medal. What do you guys thoughts on, should it be just the 22 that play that gets the medal, or obviously you have a soft spot being a Bulldog supporter when he got it, but from a non-Bulldog supporter, what did you think of the whole situation when that was happening? And obviously there's discussions going on recently, like should it be the people that played that whole year?
Yeah, the NFL style.
Yeah.
The American style.
Yep.
I loved it on the day. I thought it was really nice because, I mean, out of all the players that could have deserved it, then, you know, he deserved it the most. But yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know if you've got a first year rookie player that didn't play, does he deserve a medal? I don't know. Well, you've stumped me on that one.
For example, like the World Cup currently, the Soccer World Cup, FIFA World Cup over in Qatar. I saw an article today. Kareem Benzema. I don't know if you guys follow soccer.
Yeah, but I follow.
Yeah, so
FIFA.
he's the reigning Ballon d'Or, which is like the biggest award you can win every year for soccer.
Yep.
He's the current Ballon d'Or champ and plays for France. Late pull out of the France squad and best player currently in the world, essentially. Well, because they didn't replace him with another player, even though he's not in the squad, he's still going to get a medal. So basically, the whole World Cup squad, if you win, there's 26 people in the squad. They all get a medal, even if you don't get a minute on the ground, which I think is fair, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think if you contribute in some
That's
way,
the argument that's going around.
It's hard.
As
do you guys think?
as a Cats man, I thought Max Holmes was a bit stiff.
Absolutely.
Did his hammy in the prelim. He played a very, very good 2022 season, and I thought it was very stiff on the day.
Do you know who I think needs to be asked is the players, because I think there's something in getting a pity medal as well. Like it sounds silly.
Point.
Like I don't know if I obviously can't speak for Max Holmes, but do you even want the medal in that situation?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you saw 2010 when there was a draw on Collingwood Saints. How much Lenny Hayes didn't want that Norm Smith?
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's a day I'll never forget.
He
But yeah,
pretty much just ripped it off straight away.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want this.
Yeah, and
And he couldn't talk.
Sexy husky voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question, Tricky. You stumped me.
And a week later, Scott Emblebury got it.
That was a classic.
How good.
Scott Emblebury.
Was it gas stroke? I think the week before they said he lost like 6 kilos or something.
Really?
Yeah, Scott Pendlebury. That first week he played, he was like battling gas stroke and lost like a couple kilos,
Far out.
and then came back next week fine, and then won the Norm Smith.
It's interesting because I think Zach Dawson had a... Was that...
Yeah.
That was Zach Dawson when, and then what was it?
Was it 09?
Yeah, then Ross Lyon came in and said something, you better have made the right call or something.
Yeah,
That's
sort of
right.
that.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah.
Well, he came out and Dylan Friends and shared that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't work for Sam Reid this year.
No.
Oh gosh.
Now, did you guys tune into the first night of the draft last night?
Mate. No.
No, sorry. No. None of us.
I'm the only one who did it.
I know a couple of players. I know one because of a family connection. He would not know who I am. But
Who's that?
Matthew Jefferson. I only got told this. He got drafted in Melbourne. So one of Dad's main clients and friends. It's his grandson. So I only got told this. Like I got told this a few weeks ago. He's just plunk. Is that the word? Plunking? No, clunking. Clunking marks and kicking goals. And they said he's going to go high in the draft.
He's plunking grabs from everywhere.
I'm a great podcast, aren't I? Yeah. So he's going to go high. So that was the only name I knew, and obviously Ashcroft.
Well, he didn't go one.
No, but I think that was.
No, I thought that too because GWS wanted a key forward.
Yeah.
As well, and they knew Brisbane was going to match it anyway.
This guy sound horrible. I don't
They,
even.
they
Who went
needed a key.
I don't know his
Aaron
name.
Cadman.
Cadman.
Okay, and he's a forward.
Yeah, he was average. I think they had his stats up. He was averaging like 22 touches as a key forward and
Jeez.
like 4
bad.
goals a game.
That's
Wow.
elite.
I saw the bloke that went to Saints. He looks handy.
What's his name?
Is it Mattias or something like?
Is that the defender?
No, he's a mid forward. They reckon left footer.
The doggies picked up a defender. Can't remember his name. I think it
See,
starts with B.
if you asked us this probably 5 years ago, we would have been able to name all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
How much
Yeah.
they weigh, but now, yeah.
Favourite food.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Well, we have a few that we've had on that should be going tonight. Obviously, Mitch Sapkowski and Jackson Binns.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Are they, so they're Stingrays boys, are they?
Yeah, they're Stingrays
okay.
boys.
Where are they tipped to go, roughly?
Mitch probably they'll be about the same area, about 30.
Okay,
Well, Mitch was in the AIS squad,
okay.
and then
Where's he from?
so they're local clubs. Mitch is Beaky, then Jackson's Berwick,
Okay.
and then they played this year at Caulfield as well.
See, Caulfield, so
Unreal team.
unbelievable. That's so, a lot of the boys that I play footy with,
They were part of that big three they had: Mitch,
They're nuts.
Jackson, then that Nick Watson.
it's not, like, I don't know. I didn't know because we grew up on the peninsula, and then now we live up in the city, and I play for Q. I played for Q last season, and a lot of the young boys that we train with, they're like 16, 17, 18, because to get them out of, they're just going to go either play AFL or they'll go play for Old Scotch or Old Carey or all these, or Caulfield, or all these. So we have to try to get them into 16-year-olds, show them the club, give them senior games so we can actually retain them as they get older. But they all play in this division and they all say Caulfield just unstoppable.
Yeah.
Just unstoppable.
Jeez. Could be like a Lane Warren.
Jeez, didn't they used to
Footy factory.
thrush Frankston YC back in the
Their
day?
Lang Warren are
Still
still
do.
so powerful. Oh, my
gosh.
god.
Oh, but there were a few years where they were pretty rebel.
Yeah?
Yeah, Langy. They were pretty ordinary for a few years.
Ooh.
And they've They were, I remember. And then was always this, I remember, well, you can vouch for this more than me, but their one big game each year was almost like the big game against Pearcedale, the pre-season friendly.
Yeah, I was playing at Pearcedale at the time. It was never a good day. I think we got them one time, but apart from that, nah. To get flogged.
Meadows played pre-season friendly against Hampton Park. Oof.
Did Devon Meadows ever play friendly? My experience of playing there is always getting belted. And I don't mean on the scoreboard, I mean cracks across the back of the head.
It'll be interesting to see how Langy go in the top division.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I reckon they will be competitive. Have they recruited anyone else for this upcoming season?
You'd know all about it, Trick.
Not off the top of my head.
No?
No?
They've got a really strong team.
Yeah, well, their team could still match it up there, I think.
They're still Bagley?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Still there? Yeah, right.
No, we'll see how they go.
You got Pinch from Mornington. Mornington was so certain they were going to get Mark Bagley.
Were
back
they?
in the day. They
Yep.
thought it was a done deal, and then
I remember
the
that.
rug got pulled. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hey, Mornington boy.
Yeah, so obviously soccer fans, you said.
Huge.
What obviously Aussies getting up 1-0. How good was that?
Mate. We just spoke about it for an hour on the car.
We just
ride
debriefed because it was a very large night, lads.
How deep do you want to go into this night?
As in on the beers.
Only what you can remember.
Well,
he remembers it all for me because he doesn't really drink. He had a few, but mate, I was I was plastered. Yeah, I was
Same.
gone.
not for the game though.
Not for the game. Like, so we've been hanging out right for the World Cup because a good friend of ours who was on the show, Bailey Wright, close family friend of mine, he's in the squad. So he was in the 2014 squad for Brazil, missed the 2018, and then there was umming and ahhing whether he was going to make it. So when Dee said we went to London or England earlier in the year, we went and caught up with Bailey. He plays for Sunderland. Don't know if you've seen the documentary Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix.
No, but I've heard some good things about it.
Give it a watch. So we went and visited him, and he made the squad. So we've been like hanging out. For the World Cup, we love soccer. So for us, we want to see him get minutes. He didn't get a game the other night, but for me, getting everyone together for the World Cup has always been a massive thing, and I just love it. Like
He loves his international football.
I do love my international football. Yeah. Get everyone together once every 4 years to the point where I had about 7 or 8 boys come over and we're going down to the pub and no one wore anything Australian colours, right? So I had my Australian jersey on ready to go. And I was like, all right, boys, just leave it with me. I went into my wardrobe, pulled out 7 Aussie scarves, a couple of jerseys. Here you go.
Got quite aggressive because a couple of boys said, I don't want to wear this. And Doss basically looked at me and said, mate, you're wearing it. And that was enough. That was enough.
It was a great night. We went out. Where did we go? Club Retro.
Have you heard of that?
No. Whereabouts is that?
This is CBD. So what happened was we went down to our local, the Hawthorn, and there was about 10 or 12 of the boys there. And then basically half of them disbanded and half, decided to stay at our place. Now we have a 2-bedroom place.
Tiny.
Tiny. Not meant for catering, not meant for hosting, certainly not meant for other blokes sleeping over. But after the Hawthorn, we went back to the house. We decided the smart thing to do is get out of this gear, like Australian gear, and put on some proper clothes. And we got knocked back from a few places in Richmond, but then there's this club in the city, and this is a tip for anyone watching. It's called Club Retro. Doss and I, being Robbie Williams fans, we don't like the clubbing style music. It's not our go-to.
The bangers. And
absolutely.
We don't touch the party pills or anything. So we
80s, 90s are the best.
Exactly. So that's what we want.
Something that you can sing to.
Yes.
Exactly.
Arm in arm.
If you want some, if you want the Grease medley, if you want some ABBA, if you want some, Queen, you go to Club Retro, right? And there's, all the old chooks there having a dance. And
Listen up.
To be honest though, like the demographic, very young.
Yep.
Just good music. And upstairs it's R&B, but it's more like early 2000s kind of throwback. So we spent the night there. He does not remember most of the night. He was absolutely plastered. It was interesting. Blokes got kicked out. One of our friends got kicked out. One, don't know how he got back to our place. He ended up he left with somebody and then found his way back in. And anyway, there was a few proposals, but it was a good night.
Well, I should share this actually. I only found this out. I had a family Christmas kind of party the next day on the Sunday.
This is shocking.
And so I was like, no, I'm going for it. So I was putting beer down, got onto the vodkas and whatever. And before you know it, it's fucking 5 a.m. and I don't remember anything.
Yeah, we're 27, so we're not your age.
Yeah.
We're getting on a bit.
It's hard. Yep. It's hard to get up the next day. So I had this family thing on. So had a couple of the boys stay over, and it's got to a point where so my girlfriend has been ringing me because we've got to go to this family thing, and I've obviously just slept through the alarms and not answering the phone. I get a knock, or she walks in the door. She's like, "Wade, come on, gotta get up, gotta get ready." All the boys have already left.
And just before, a few hours before this is a man that was sleeping in our lounge room with his head out on the balcony to get the fresh air, with a sausage roll next to him and a pie that I cooked for him, with a couple of other blokes. Like, he was just, I've never seen him like this.
And so I get up. We somehow get some clothes on, get in the car. I was probably still pissed, and I drove to the family.
Don't say that.
Hello
to the TSC.
And so get there, enjoy the day. Horrible, horrible hangover. Small talk with family. And then I'm on the way home, and one of my mates, Butsy, he messages me. He goes, "Mate, do you remember?" He goes, "How'd you go cleaning up your piss this morning?" And I was like,
no.
"What? Piss?" And he's like, "Oh, mate." And then he goes, "Mate, me and Rob were late, we were asleep in the lounge room, and we just heard a dog pissing in the lounge room." And they woke up, and I'm at the archway of the lounge room just pissing on the carpet. And this get up screaming, "Dos, dos, dos." And then take me to the toilet, and I don't remember that at all. And then the funniest thing is I messaged D right after that. I said, "Hey mate, really sorry I left the house in a mess. I'll be home in the next couple of hours to clean it up." Well, he goes, "Don't worry about it, mate. I've vacuumed everything. I've cleaned it all up."
Barefoot.
Barefoot. He didn't even know.
So I had no idea. So we went our separate ways during the day, and I came back home, and I was home most of the day, cleaned up. Then I had to go out for an hour. In that time period, he came back, and as I walk into the house, he's on his hands and knees, and he's got carpet cleaner. I'm like, "What the hell is he doing?" And anyway, Doss's girlfriend's puppy has a tendency to piss or shit the house occasionally, and then you get the carpet cleaner out. So I said, "Oh, it's Noodle, the dog. Is Noodle taking a shit or taking a piss?" And he goes, "Oh, you don't know, do you?" And I said, "No, I don't." And then I just got the news that you boys just got. So that shows how large it was. And we're actually not big drinkers.
No.
Nah.
Anyway, boys, sorry.
Sorry.
Long rabbit hole.
But I mean, I got hammered on Saturday for Chooka's birthday.
Oh, yeah?
How was that?
Where'd you end up at?
I ended up not on his bed. Not on the couch.
In it, yeah.
So you got his wall, you got his bed. There's probably about this 30 centimetre gap between the wall and his bed, and I'm lying on my side in between, and all the side of his bed has just got my bath on it.
That's rank.
And I get up in the morning, it's just all down my chin.
Cheapest.
Bit of bleep here, but it wasn't a good look.
How about you, Tricky? Did you go that hard?
But our home, my home, is the Espy, Hotel Espy.
Oh, how good.
You've either got your upstairs, which is your doof, 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 or downstairs,
which
is just the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And the
arm in arm.
Oh, the talent that walks through those doors.
So
Calm down.
Back
I
in the day.
went at a beer pong tournament at my mate's cricket club.
Oh,
Which cricket club was this? Give him a shout out.
Marina Park Cricket Club.
Okay.
So I went down there. Sunk a fair few there. I'm not going to lie.
Didn't just sip them. He sunk them.
At the start of the night, I was on my first one, and I'm just like, when you're just not feeling it.
Yeah.
But that night, I'm just like, it's going to be one of those nights. I'm going to be vomiting early. And I wasn't. And then a couple go through, and I'm like, oh, this is going down all right now. Beer pong comes out. Oh, this is going down good. Aussie score. I start yelling. Everyone starts yelling. And then my mate comes over too. Then we end up going out clubbing.
Where to?
Just the Empire, local in Narre Warren.
Oh, nice.
And then we went there just for a bit. Shocking night. Then I remember I was in Smokers.
it's just the recollection of memory coming.
I remember I was in Smokers. And you start
It's slowly to remember.
I just had a recollection then. My bath wasn't on the side of his bed. It was at least it was in a bucket. Sorry, Chook, if you're listening.
I have to say, the nickname Chook I love.
Oh, it's a good name.
Then when you start getting that burp, and I was like, and then I just go to my mate, toilets, I'm going now. So I went to toilets, didn't throw up though, but I was like, I'm just going to sit down. Sat down, then I was fine. Went out, might have got lucky that night for a little bit there, in there. And then after that, got a kebab. Always the way. Get in the Uber, start eating my kebab. No eating kebab. What a way to ruin it. So I come home. I must have been really loud. And I've got my lighter.
Did you have the lady friend with you?
No, I'm laying in my bed. Kebab mouth. Dad walks in. What are you doing? kebab half a mouth. Fucking Uber guy wouldn't let me eat the kebab in the car, and I'm just laying in bed with my light up. That's 3:30, 4 a.m. Just eating a kebab in my bed.
So when you said, I just want to dissect this a bit further. So you said you got lucky.
Not that I could have.
No, but in the did you take her into the bathroom?
No.
At the club?
No.
Oh, because I was going to say this is just it was weird because this weekend was the first time I've ever had that proposition in a nightclub.
Yeah.
Do you want to come? Well, actually, it was more of a direct. Come with me. Meet me in the bar.
A demand.
A demand. Are we allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
Basically, come and fuck me in the bathroom. Now I can't. I'm taken, so I can't do that anyway. I wasn't flirting or anything. I just got that kind of.
And these photos we got from Tricky on the Up the Guts.
Oh no,
chat,
is that me eating the kebab?
And I'm not sure if he's known that he's eating the kebab, but his face was just an absolute.
I remember taking him.
I
remember majority of the night.
It's shocking.
Oh wow, trickster!
I'm enjoying that kebab.
The kebab's meant to go.
I was enjoying that. I was very much enjoying that.
I'm glad you didn't take her home, Tricky.
I was very much enjoying.
Did you get her phone number?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, good. Well, then
she kept naming me to go, and I'm like, nah, because the guy I went with.
Do not listen to this podcast, love.
he lives next door to her, and he's just like, and we had to drop him on the way back to mine, and I was like, I am not getting out the car. I'm going straight home. I'm going to bed.
Oh my gosh. Classic.
It's always a good decision. Just
now.
Well done, boys.
Escalators.
Oh, yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now you've been absent for a while.
I have.
But you're back with Holty's Blow Up. What have you got for us?
All right. So I know I've got guests here, so I won't go as crazy as I do when there's no guests here. So I'll keep it chill. But I get fucking pissed off with just man-made products. I don't like them.
Interesting.
I had at the Cranbourne shops the other day, I had a little bit of a slip down the escalators in front of everyone at the shops.
Oh, no.
It was a wet day. I've got non-slip boots on. I wear to work, but they're clearly they're slippery, and I've gone absolutely A over T, and I've continued down with a wet arse because everyone else's foots have been on the escalators. I've gone right the way down the escalators.
No bugger.
Yeah, but the thing is that really pissed me off. Like everyone's standing to their left, just watching me going down on the right hand side of the escalator, going down. And the poor lady, like old lady down the escalators, just fucking pissing herself at me. Hasn't offered to give me a hand to get up, so I've dropped every bit of my shopping down the fucking escalator.
Oh my gosh!
And I've got ass over tits. So that lady, fuck you.
Well played, Holty.
And
right on, Holty.
Another one, just one more topic. I've had I haven't shared this with you boys on the podcast. Only Chuka knows this. He's had a few mentions now already.
Chuka.
I have a very unknown fear.
Oh, no.
And it's a very strange one. I have a fear, now be prepared, of driving over the Westgate Bridge.
No, not as unusual.
I've felt this fear before.
Yeah, when I drive over, because some of my times at university, my campus is in St Albans. I've got to go over the Westgate.
Oh, gee.
Lovely part of the world.
Music
Sons of the West, red, white and blue.
Oh, shithole.
Good footy club, though.
Music's blaring in the car, windows down, everything. Just before I hit the Westgate, windows up, music silent, done. I've got to pray before I go over. When I'm in the middle of the bridge, I feel the fucking thing move, and I'm petrified. Then when I get back down, windows down, music blaring again.
Nice.
What are we blaring though?
Hopefully it's a Dawson D show.
It's Robbie. But
Dua Lipa.
I don't like the Westgate.
Yeah.
And I will get up 30 minutes earlier to go around it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I have to go over
Really?
there. I have to go over there all the time.
I'll go through Flemington and Footscray. I cannot do it. So the Westgate Bridge again, get stuffed.
No, I'm sorry.
Knock it down.
grow up.
Knock it down. Build a flat bridge over the water.
Now,
What's that segment called?
Holty's Blow Up.
Holty's Blow Up. Like it.
He's had some very interesting ones.
Oh, I have.
He took aim at Marty Sheargold. That was a big one.
Yeah,
Did you? You took aim at
I don't
young
like
Martin?
Sheargold. Just some shit he says. Nah. Don't like him.
For what reason? Just don't find him
I think
humorous?
he's funny.
I could remember. What was
Or
it?
has he said something that's offended you?
I can't remember what it was. I think it would have been.
It was about Luke Hodge.
Was it? Oh.
When he something it was something along those lines. When he did his finger playing for Devon or something.
Oh, it was Devon Meadows related.
I think it was, yeah. I think he called Devon Meadows a shithole or something like that. I'm just like, he hasn't been down this way, so he can.
So you don't have an issue with Marty. You have an issue with what Marty said.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll make it him.
Content.
That's Holty's blow up, and I'm back.
Love it, Hold it.
Do you want to go straight into your quiz?
Why don't we go with old Mr. Cannon's questions?
All right, so now we do have another person who's normally on here.
His name's Mr. Cannon.
Cannon.
So I have Holty's blow up. He has Connor's cannon.
Well, Josh loves his
Obviously
cannons. I'll tell you that much.
I'm not lying.
So he's got a few ones.
Here
And
we
like I
go.
said, some of them...
Listeners, we're not holding back either.
Good. That's the best way to do it.
Oz and D have given us permission, or Mr.
We have.
Cannon,
Yeah.
to go full force.
Jeez, this is...
He's very messed up in the mind. And mind you, he has a baby coming any day now.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
And this is the type of things he goes.
Go ahead.
Cannon.
First question. Would you rather fuck your girlfriend in your mum's body or fuck your mum in your girlfriend's body?
Oh, my God.
Just slow down, Tricky. Slow down.
I couldn't because I was just like, it's so bad.
I know, but I need to process it.
All right.
Holy shit.
Would I rather fuck my
Girlfriend?
girlfriend in my mum's body
Yep.
or my mum in my girlfriend's body?
I just said back to him, you're a one fucked up person.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
That is... gosh.
And mind you, he asks some of these questions to some of our guests. And then it comes up with a few animal questions, and you'll be, no, not bestiality, just animal questions.
Like, wow.
Yeah, he's not being very brave. He's doing this over text.
Mr. Cannon. Mr. Cannon, I'm going to have to say I would rather fuck my... fuck. I'm going to have to go with my girlfriend's body.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You can't win this one, can you?
You can't.
No, you can't.
The girl I'm seeing, she's
a lose-lose
she's a
situation.
Pilates teacher, so she does have a nice rig, I must say.
Yep.
This is probably tough. I hope I don't sound sexist. I'm going to go with... I reckon...
Yeah.
Do I have to answer?
Yeah, you have to.
Oh.
No, you have to.
I'll go with the... I think it just sounds better to say you fuck your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Even
I
in
mean,
your mu- like
anyone
in-
else would go with that.
All right.
Yeah. I hope I'm not promoting this to my mother. I can tell
No,
you that
neither
much.
am I. Jesus. Mum, I'm sorry if you're listening.
Bloody hell.
I didn't ask the
How many
question.
questions does he have in total?
Okay,
Bloody hell.
now
Cannon.
now they're not as bad. Like,
okay.
like
How
that.
many does
that-
he-
Now we're talking about
that's-
Mate, you're supposed to warm us up.
Let's take a trip to Tassie.
Yeah.
So now, if your dad was... No, I'm joking. Would you rather die from being burnt alive or eaten alive bit by bit?
Oof.
So you're not as bad now, but like it's still intense.
Yeah, it's still intense. Good one.
Fire or num?
I think the fire would be quicker, so I'm taking that.
Yep.
So I reckon the nom would be quicker.
Ooh.
I reckon if a shark got you, you're gone like that.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
what I was thinking too.
Did you say slowly, bit by bit, or am I made that
It
word?
just
Ah,
says
just
just
bit by
says
bit.
by bit.
No, fair enough. Okay.
I mean, as scary as it would be getting eaten alive by a gator or a shark, as soon as they chomp
Get
you,
ya.
you're done.
You're
Yeah.
done. Yep, that's what I reckon too.
Now, to his animal questions, he always
Oh,
he pairs them up.
these are hilarious.
He pairs them up. Now this
Did
week,
any of our fans ask a question?
here we go. What wins in a fight, a lion or a tiger, and why?
Always
I
does
love a
this.
lion. Lion's my favourite animal. I'm always backing in the
Lion.
lion.
Have
you got
That's-
the lion
I've
on
got
the-
a lion here.
He does.
But that's up here. Got the tiger there. No, I'm always backing my lion. What about you?
Lions.
They are just beautiful animals. They're
You got to go a lion.
King
It's,
of the
they're
jungle.
absolute, incredible
bigger.
specimens. Creature.
Have you,
King of the
have you
jungle.
heard them roar? Have you ever been to a zoo and heard one roar?
Nah.
It literally.
I haven't heard. Oh, they've always been fucking
Goosebumps.
sleeping every time I've gone.
Yeah.
Now this one's more to home. This is just a sly comment that he wanted us to mention.
Ooh.
Thoughts on smashing 13-year-old kids in senior cricket?
Go for
Well,
it.
lucky you said senior cricket. I thought, wow,
I thought, oh
Mr.
my
Cannon,
God.
you've crossed the line, son, and I'm out of here.
I thought we're being stitched up to be cancelled. The boys are trying to get us off their radar.
Wow,
I think if they're bold enough to play senior cricket, yeah, you tonk them all over the park.
So
You take-
context
Absolutely.
to that, his game got called off. He got dropped down to the fourth. He walked out, first ball, smacked a 13-year-old for six. First ball.
Our society's too soft to teach them a lesson early.
Kinda
Harden
hit-
them up.
he made-
Kind of hit a six.
And then, first ball, he made about 38 off 10, you reckon? And then they said, one of the keeper goes, do you feel good about yourself? And he goes, mate, you're going to have to learn one day, so I'm going to be the bloke. So, yes, I feel great.
I'm with him.
I'm with him too.
Because I don't think I'd tonk. I would certainly wouldn't be tonking anyone, in their 20s for 38. So yeah.
The best way to learn is through experience.
Oh yes.
Learn.
Just
That kid needs to learn.
The kid needs to learn. Don't bowl there. Simple as that.
Let's flip the story. In the end, he went out to a girl.
Oh, what was that?
In the end, he went out to a girl. He reckons he halfway pulled out of a shot. He goes, I couldn't do it anymore.
Never halfway pull out. That's a first lesson.
Congrats to the girl, though.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, good on her.
Good on her.
That was her first. You know what? A girl bowled me out. My first ever cricket wicket too. Like I got bowled by.
I've been bowled by a girl.
You know Kobe Hodgson. You probably don't. But
Yeah.
Kobe Hodgson, he calls himself, he reckons he's bowled about 140 Ks. Reckons. He's my age for about a year.
What, 38?
Yeah, 38. 39.
So he's about 10 off Brett Lee. Right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So he's flying.
So this is probably about F grade when we were a kid. F grade.
And he's bowling.
I want a police gun behind this.
Yep. Bowls a bouncer first ball to this girl. Flat bat down the ground. 4. It was amazing. It was the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And the sound off the bat just echoed through the whole of the scenery, which just made it worse.
Well,
It was
if you bowl that fast and you middle it, it's only one way it's going, isn't it?
just fantastic to watch.
Thanks, Cannon, for those questions. Jeepers.
Now, do we go?
Oh, I mean,
Did you get any fan questions from our end or
No.
not? None? Oh, jeepers.
Jeez, that's a bit disappointing.
No way.
Jeepers. I mean, let's have a crack, shall we?
Go.
Right, let's go. This is brand new.
Okay.
I just got this song off
Be gentle. Be gentle.
Spotify.
Okay.
I'm allowed to say that, no copywriting. Right, here we go.
Now, welcome to the new segment. And is this going to be a week-to-week thing?
It sure is.
It's Holtzy's quiz. Now, take us through the rules and what's going to happen here.
So obviously we got the.
You want this playing in the background, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Should get it on repeat, but if it stops, it stops. I've got an audio question coming, so it's going to stop somehow. All right. So obviously this week, this month, and next month we have Test cricket coming up. Aussies, West Indies, the Oz Open with the golf, as well as the Big
I'm
Bash
sorry, mate.
coming
Let's
up.
go on.
Yeah, I know. Let's go on. Yeah, great call, actually. Or should you say that because that's a question. All righty. So obviously you'll have buzzers. Go with your names. All right.
DOS. D.
Chucky.
Ricky? Awesome. Obviously, I'm
Let me
the,
just clear my throat.
I'm the master here. So
Yeah.
Is there any prizes if we win this, or what's the go here, mate?
I don't know. I mean,
Dignity.
you got your complimentary bottles of water.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was very impressed. This is great.
Complimentary bottles of water.
Take this.
What happens, just to clear up these rules? So if you buzz in first, you get to answer. And if it's wrong, does the other two able to buzz in?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Straight on it.
All right,
Obviously, this is a new segment. So
I have to
this
And
might-
there
this
is
may
some
go
there is some
downhill.
audio too in there.
Absolutely.
So let me
One
know.
Audio.
Let me know when there's audio so I can turn it up.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Oh, let's do this.
Alrighty. Buzzers ready. Alrighty. Question 1. Who is the only Aussie to win the US Masters?
D.
Go for it.
Cam Smith.
Wrong.
DOS.
Go for it.
Greg Norman.
Wrong. Go
Well,
Tricky.
I'm no good at golf, but I'm just going to say, is it Adam Scott?
Correct.
Well done.
Do you know what year?
No.
Oh, good.
Well played, Trickster.
Awesome.
One to the Trickster.
1 point.
How many questions
No
are there?
minus points either if you get
He
the
said
wrong.
10.
Oh, I like that a
No
lot.
minus
Oh,
points.
So we got 10 to.
We've got 11 questions.
All right, we got
actually.
plenty.
11.
We got plenty of time.
Good. 11.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, we got time.
Moving on to cricket. Which Australian cricketer scored a record 380 runs against Zimbabwe?
D.
Tricky.
And D.
Matty Hayden.
Well done.
I was
Very
saying same
good.
Well done.
1 point.
Jeez, you had me.
Because remember
Yes.
Michael Clark was trying to chase him
Yes. It's
and then declared.
Number 3. Which player racked up the highest score in a single innings in the 2019 World Cup ODI?
Chucky.
Go
I'm
for
going
it.
to go Aaron Finch.
Incorrect.
ODIs. D.
Go for
Virat Kohli.
it. Incorrect as well.
When was this?
2019.
So 2019 ODI World Cup. Which player scored in a single innings the highest score?
Jeez. Since it's the last one, I can give him a country.
All right, I'll give you a hint.
Because we're both out anyway.
I'll give you a hint. Australian cricketer.
Damn it, I know.
Australian.
Oh, I know now.
Well, you said Finchy.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Do
mate.
you have a timer on this, please?
5 seconds.
Fuck. I'm terrible. I don't know. I'm terrible with cricket.
Can I have an answer, please?
Nah, too late.
Yeah.
Is it Steve Smith?
Is it David Warner?
Incorrect.
Is it David
It's
Warner?
David Warner.
why didn't I say
and
David
I was
Warner?
going to give a bonus point for how many runs, and he made 166 runs that day. Question number 4.
How embarrassing by me.
Do we know who Owen Morgan is?
No.
Yep.
Awesome.
Don't ask me to
Owen
spell
Morgan has played more ODI matches for Ireland than Test matches for England. True or false?
Tricky, true.
it.
Correct.
Oh, damn.
It's correct. Well done.
Sounded like that might be his little new nickname, Tricky True.
2-1.
Didn't play. I don't know.
Tricky
Didn't
True
play-
in the house.
Didn't he play much tests? I don't even know if he played much tests.
So what is
Mate,
it?
that was-
2-1.
2-1-0.
Come on, D.
Come on, Doss.
Off to number 5. Moving on to golf.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
This one will stump you.
It's my bread and butter.
This one will stump you. What is Tiger Woods' real first name?
D.
Go for it.
Eldridge.
I'm going to have to say incorrect. It's not Eldridge, but it's close.
I don't know. Doss.
Go for it.
Elijah.
That is, I said close. That's way off the mark. No, incorrect.
Eldridge? I don't know.
No, Eldrick.
Oh, okay. I
Damn,
got
I was so close.
2-1-0.
Fuck me.
So
Favour of Tricky.
Golf is not my specialty.
Mate, none of these sports are mine.
Well, we're moving on to golf again. Number 6. We have the new golf tournament of LIV Golf
Okay, I've heard
been
a little
open
bit.
this year in 2022. Who is the CEO of LIV
D.
Golf?
Is it Greg Norman?
Correct.
Oh, it is
Very
knew
good.
that too.
We got
I said
tied.
Greg Norman
2-2.
earlier after that.
2-0.
2-2-0.
Come
Mate,
on,
there's
Doss.
still a chance. There's a lot more points to come. Number 7. Now, in the game of cricket, we all know and love as Aussies, you have a duck, a golden duck, and a diamond duck. What is the meaning of a platinum duck?
Tricky. First ball of innings.
Correct.
Oh.
Very good. And anyone can answer this too. Bonus point. Who was the last player to do this in the Ashes?
I can picture the guy.
3-2-0.
English?
I'm going to have a stab at it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. English. I am going to go with
I went off when this happened.
Alistair Cook.
Incorrect. So,
I'm out.
you two.
Doss. Cameron Stokes?
No.
D. So was this the one that Scotty Boland got in?
No.
Okay. I was thinking of the Shepmates video. I'm like, who did he bowl?
10 seconds. Who was the last
picture-
English player in the Ashes?
Rory Burns.
Correct.
yes!
Get it. 3-3.
That was such a big
0.
moment.
Get in.
That was such a
Here
big
we
moment.
go.
I have free vision now.
Oh, can we go to Subway?
KFC.
Come on, Doss.
Number 8.
I need one, don't I?
In the Big Bash League last season, the Melbourne Stars, Holty's Melbourne Stars, lost 2 wickets in the record highest runs set. What was it? I'll give you to the nearest 10. What was the highest run set by a Melbourne Stars?
Wait, does that mean we all get
As
it?
a team.
As a team, Tricky.
All have a go.
It's 200 plus. It's got to be.
Yeah, nearest 10, please.
Actually, no. It's when Stoinis made that 147. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not giving you any more.
And
hints
then
after that.
I'm gonna go 230.
230.
I'll go 247.
Okay.
I'm going to 270.
Well, you got a point on the board. It was 273.
Oh!
Well
That's
done.
huge.
Doss.
Now, all of you who
Was it
again-
that game too? When Stoinis made 147? You don't know, do you?
Well, a bonus point again. All of you can answer this. There was another record broken that game of the highest individual score. Who and how many
Tricky.
runs?
Marcus Stoinis. It's between two numbers. The way you looked at me before wasn't right. So I'm gonna say 145.
Incorrect overall.
I swear to God, if it's
So it wasn't Stoinis. Who else plays for them?
Doss. Glenn Maxwell?
Yes.
What? How close can I get to it?
I'll give you nearest 5.
135.
D.
No.
just the highest ever.
Do I get a
So I'll
point for
give
the
you
person?
half a point.
Oh.
Glenn Maxwell. It's got to be more than that.
Yeah, it's
168.
No, but I'll give you half a point as well. So 3, 3.5, and 1.5. It was 154 not out.
Oh, not out.
Number 9.
So 3, 3.5.
Yep.
1.
D's
1.5.
in the lead.
1.5.
Yes.
Come on, D.
So with the Aussies taking on the West Indies tomorrow, who was the batsman out of either side to score the last ton when playing each other? I'll give you a clue. They last played each other in 2016.
Oh, they demolished. It's got to be Australia. They demolished West Indies.
Go for
Steve Smith.
No. No.
D. Got to be Warner.
Correct. 4.5, 3, 1.5.
Thank you, Dos. I would have said Smith.
And now moving on to question 10.
Audio?
Which is an audio question.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
I hope this is triple points. Alty.
Double?
No, it's just the one.
Thank you. Play fair, lads.
Just the one. All right. Not many people remember this game, but this was an infamous match for one specific person. Who is the player? You're out. Oh, okay. I reckon you're going to get this tricky. Who is...
It's because I'm knowledgeable.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, Trick. I'm knowledgeable in lots of other things.
He listens to embarrassing moments of players. Who is this player that everyone is laughing at here?
On mid-off, out.
Tricky.
He's lost his runner.
Mitch Marsh.
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
He's guessed.
Mitch
That
Marsh.
is correct.
Oh,
How quick was that?
that was super
I'm
quick.
done.
Cramp coming in the bowl. Ready?
Oh, it's just cramp, I think. I don't think he's torn this. I think he's just
What
cramped
about-
up. Yeah, I think he's
Isn't it
gone,
lovely to
though.
hear Mark Taylor's voice
Oh,
back with
yeah.
us over the
Goes
summer?
back. No, he's down again. He's down again.
There's no way he can bowl this.
It's just the end here that kills me.
About the hammy keeps getting him. Look, he'll get him again here too. Oh, see?
The laugh.
Classic.
So 4,
So
4 and a
very
half.
good.
I have to quickly
I
ask,
like-
do you boys love your cricket as much as your footy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love
okay.
cricket.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Here we are.
I can see it in your faces.
Guaranteed finishing on golf.
4.5, 1.5.
Yeah.
You can win this.
Oh,
Oh, it's not who am
It's
I,
worth
is
10.
it?
It's-
It is a who am I?
oh, maybe this is my chance, lads.
How many points is
Question
there? 5?
11. 5 points up for grabs. First hint. I was born the 2nd of June, 1989 in New South Wales.
Let
Young.
me just quickly do the math. So I'm 27 plus 6.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not guessing. I just want to. Okay, I'm just trying to get the age.
Okay, yep.
Five,
Yep, I got the age,
4,
No guess.
3. No guesses.
No guess.
No. 5 points have lost. Still win. My test cap number is 415 and I debuted in Pakistan in 2010 in a test match.
I have a feeling,
Dos?
but I don't know if I want to go.
Go for it.
I think I've got a feeling too.
Tim Payne?
Incorrect.
I think I've got a feeling, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, go one more.
Yeah. You
So
go-
I'm out now.
No one out. 4. No,
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 no.
4
No,
point
can't risk
grabbers.
it, can't
You're back
risk it.
in now.
Oh, good.
He's back in.
Yeah, he's allowed. He's allowed to get the 3.
You can
Yeah.
only draw it anyway.
You can only draw it.
Oh, okay. I thought once you guess, that's it. That's all right. That's all right.
Who's running this quiz?
It's your quiz,
Who's
Holty.
running
It's
this?
your quiz, Holty.
Who's
Tell you what,
running?
I love whoever's running it.
If he's missed out on 4 points, he can have a go at 3.
All right.
I reckon he can. For 3 points, here's the hint. My middle name is Peter Deveray, but my fans know me as Smudgy.
Tricky. Steve Smith.
Correct. And the winner of the first Holty's quiz is the fearless
I didn't-
host.
Go.
I didn't think you would go
Tricky.
someone like someone with such a big name. I thought
thought-
you'd go someone like
I thought you were going down. I thought it was.
Oh,
I thought it was Usman Khawaja. That's
I
what
thought it was Warner.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
I thought it was
We
Warner.
had Warner twice in the quiz, so I
Yeah,
had to go
that's
with
true. That's true.
another
But because I
run-making
knew
machine.
As soon
Warner,
as you said Smudge,
Warner was
yeah,
around
yeah.
that 2010 era because he came on. What was that? That
and Tim
T20.
Payne's not 33, is he?
He's
Oh, just about, I reckon.
he's older. He's older.
Yeah.
He'd be
Is he?
older.
Yeah.
He'd be older, wouldn't he? He'd be about 35.
First winner, tricky, but
Well
well
done,
played,
Tricky.
boys. Well played.
No,
It's
lads.
very good.
I mean, I was just happy to get a point.
Very
So-
good. Yes, I will tell you the points.
I'd like to come on for more AFL. And
Yeah,
soccer
me too.
folks.
Maybe
Yeah.
even some soccer.
Yeah.
Where was our World Cup question?
I reckon when we do AFL, we bring him back on and test their knowledge there.
I
Because
reckon.
we both think we're pretty knowledgeable of our footy too.
Yes.
So
I reckon. But
Do you guys do like the Sporkle stuff? I love that.
Oh, I used to be obsessed.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh.
That
It's-
website. Have you never played it?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
My favorite was the 50 states of America. I got obsessed with that. But the sports stuff is awesome.
Literally, it'd be like some of them. You'd be like top 50 players, AFL players of 2019. You got to guess them all in an order.
Yeah,
Ooh,
they were just,
I like that.
Yeah, we better not tell him. You'll be on there all night.
And then like
fun.
there's this one that I saw. It was like each club from 2009, 2018. What was their from their club? Who was their leading disposal getter on average for that season?
I love that.
That's a
That,
DOS.
that's type of stuff.
Send me the website now, Trickster.
I'm a nerd for that type of stuff.
Oh, that's
I'm a nerd.
cool.
Love it. Well, thanks for the quiz, Holton.
No, but definitely you're coming back for the AFL.
Oh,
for
we'll be back.
sure.
We'll be back.
So this will be a weekly occurrence.
Now, do you guys watch Formula One at all before we finish?
No,
no.
I don't.
So you want to skip over that part?
I
mate?
mean, I've watched
No,
a couple
I'll
of the
mention
episodes of that
You wanna-
doco, but that's about
We
it.
went in a car earlier this year for content.
Whoa!
No, it wasn't F1. It was a V8.
No, it was a V8.
Oh, same thing.
Over
He
it.
is
I've been
an
in a
F1
V8.
nerd.
Oh,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, big
Who do you
nerd.
follow?
Oh, Danny Rick.
Yeah.
I'm not going for Oscar Piastri. He stole his spot. So,
It's getting so popular now, isn't it?
oh,
Causes
absolutely.
Drive to Survive, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Now, you want to touch on Daniel Ricciardo?
Yeah, so with the fans and listeners out there for Formula One's, not many, but yep, here we go. He has moved to Red Bull as a reserve driver.
Back to Red Bull.
Back to Red Bull, which I found very confronting because I don't like Red Bull anymore.
Confronting it was,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was confronting to me.
Look how
I
deep
didn't
he
like
goes
it.
into
Yeah,
it.
what
I
are you using the
like
word
it.
confronting?
Yeah, it was very confronting. Like, brought a tear to my eye. But
Wait, was he Renault? How do you pronounce him?
Renault,
Renault?
McLaren,
McLaren.
which he did better at Renault than what he did at McLaren.
Wow.
And then just got cut and Oscar Piastri stole the spot. And,
Isn't he another Aussie?
Yep, another Aussie. And he's back at Red Bull for a reserve driver. And then we'll find out in 2024 if he gets back as a proper driver.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I can't comment, unfortunately, but yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
I still haven't watched the doco.
I got to watch
you
it
gotta
because
watch
they're
it.
saying which sport was I listening to? They're like they really need to inject a documentary like this into. I can't remember if it was A League or if it was.
Well, they're trying with the A-League right now. They're doing like at Doco, whatever it's called. I can't remember. But you know the one with Charlie
That's
Austin
what
at the
gets
start?
people. That's what gets people.
Yeah.
Into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's like F1.
Understanding
In
it a bit
fairness,
more,
it's
yeah.
absolutely it's taking off.
Yeah, and then even like with Sunderland Until I Die, that doco we briefly mentioned earlier, like there's a few of them, like All or Nothing. I don't know if you're on Amazon at all, but there's quite a few docos. There's one on Arsenal this
Well,
year. There was one on Man City.
How good were
I'm
the
an,
footy
I'm
ones?
an Arsenal fan,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll have to get on that. What
Yeah,
about
watch
you?
it.
What do you guys follow?
Oh, well, you might not have even heard of them, or the listeners might not have. Queens Park Rangers, QPR.
No,
No, championship
Really?
team.
Never heard of them.
no. So we don't follow it that deeply.
Big club though.
Yeah.
Like
Big club.
have been in the Premier League.
Yep.
recently too.
I couldn't even name 3
Premier League teams.
I could know. I can 10.
You reckon?
If we
Yeah.
played
Wait,
that-
wait.
So if he can't name 10, can I then win the quiz?
No, because I could name them like that.
No, I think he's saying me if I can't name 10. I reckon I could.
alternative.
No. Well, maybe that's another day too.
I was going to say, I reckon I could.
Well,
I reckon you
who
could.
do you
FIFA.
I'm Chelsea.
I mean, I would like
Yeah.
to see this. I would give him the grant to win it.
But hang on.
I was waiting for it.
I could name 10 like
Oh
that.
no! Forget about the
Yeah.
quiz. Name us 10.
Ooh.
Okay, so obviously got Arsenal,
Yeah.
Man City, Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea,
Is that 6?
West Ham.
5.
Six.
West Ham.
Oh.
No, I know.
You can do it.
You're missing.
Everton.
Yep.
Yep. You
Missing
can,
another
Liz.
big club. That's 7.
Geelong.
Oh, Liverpool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, pluck a couple.
2 more.
No, I know. Leicester City.
Yep. Got one more.
Well done, Tricky.
Watford.
Not in there.
No,
anymore.
they're in the championship.
Well, he knew that.
Birmingham.
Championship. There's
Lord-
a couple big clubs.
Lords.
No, I know, and I've just
There's
stubbed.
2.
No, you can do it.
There's 2
One
super
more.
clubs I'm thinking of.
Trent Bridge. I'm just naming cricket grounds now. Dublin.
Shut up, you. Oh, I think I might. I'm on 9 too. That's the.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
reckon there's 2
Glasgow.
really big clubs that come to my mind.
give me a player, and I'll probably have to do it. Wait,
I'll give you-
Burnley's still not championship.
No, they're a championship. I'll give you a player.
Melbourne Victory.
I'll give you Coutinho.
Oh, well, he used to be at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Someone, doesn't coach him now, but someone big from Liverpool was coaching this team.
Make a big outro of the show.
And he's just got the sack in the last
Oh, jeez, hints are coming.
biggest ever player to play for Liverpool.
Whoa, big.
Coached him.
Whoa. A lot of hints coming out the window.
Starts with G. Gerard.
Stevie Gerrard. Yeah, he coached it.
That's not the answer.
Yeah, I know.
We're looking for the club that
Gerard
he coached.
FC.
Team. Jared.
I'm stumped, I think.
I reckon he is stumped.
Oh, no.
It's a royal family's team as well. Tom Hanks follows his team as well.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
You'll be so angry.
The royal family.
I'm
I'd be
so-
disgusted.
Tell him the team.
Wait. Just
Oh, no. This is making a long outro, Tricky.
no, but
Yeah.
I've got something. I swear to God.
Listeners
No,
aren't-
I've got one. Leeds.
Well, there you go.
well
That
done.
was the other team. The
I
team
know.
we'll talk about was Aston Villa for those playing along.
Oh, right, yeah. Aston Villa, they had a centre back, the England centre back.
Yeah, they did.
Very good.
Terry? No, not Terry. He was
Well, they
Chelsea.
did have. I think he went there for a bit. Yeah, John Terry
He
was
did.
there. Yeah.
That was so long, but I knew I had it.
Well done on Leeds.
Very
I
good.
love Leeds.
Yeah, I
I'm
knew I had
good with
it.
them on FIFA.
Yeah.
All right, well, was that about it? Anything
I
else
reckon
you
that's
like?
about it.
Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you, boys.
Appreciate it.
We loved it.
It's a very funny episode, and that's probably the best we've probably done. So thank
Really?
you very much for
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I'm wrapped that we've been involved, lads. We've had a blast and love what you guys are doing. Honestly, even I know it sounds really
Well, this
small.
is the best I've been on.
It,
So
I,
it was great.
I know it only sounds small, but like the setup you got, the sound effects you got going on, it's flying.
Yeah, you actually
Awesome.
like in all seriousness, you're very well prepared, and you got something good going. So keep persisting.
If there was a gold buzzer, I'd be clicking.
Yeah, but always don't lose track of what you're doing and enjoy it. And if you need any help, we're here for you, and we'll be back on soon. I reckon we want to come in and
Do the AFL
with the
quiz.
AFL.
Yeah.
AFL. And
I think
get
our next thing is
Even
to.
soccer.
Well, I've got the Rode mic, the Bluetooth mic. I think
the
we
next
need to go roaming.
Roman,
Oh, you've got one of those.
Yeah, we've got one.
I think the next time
We'll go.
he
Roman.
comes in, I need to bring a box of tissues. You've been very emotional.
Have I?
The
Ah.
words that come out of your mouth
Well,
that
glad-
make
I'm
my
glad.
heart sink.
Well, sometimes when people say bring a box of tissues, it could have two meanings. So
I think we need to go. I think
You're
we
a
need to go
you're a
roaming.
pervert.
Oh, that's.
I think we need to go roaming.
coming into you.
yeah, well, we'll go roaming. We'll go roaming. You come with us. We'll come with us when we do.
How
the
about we-
next year.
I tell you where we go roaming outside Empire.
Yeah, be good.
That might be
Well,
dangerous.
next time we'll leave this.
I might
as
be a guest.
yeah. We'll leave this for a teaser for the listeners, but next time ask us of our best street talk stories, and we've got plenty for you.
No
We'll tell
worries.
you off air.
All right. So obviously, thank you for that time. And as always, guys, make sure you follow us on all our socials and tune in for next week. Cheers, guys.